So, welcome to Corporate Bhagavad Gita. There are prayers on my screen. You can repeat me. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya
जनसलाकया
Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri
श्री
Chaitanya
चैतन्य
Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam
स्वयं
Rupa Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam
स्वपदान्तिकं वन्दे
Vande Aham Shri Guru Shri Yuktapadagam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Rugnatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva
श्री
राधा
राधा
कृष्ण
कृष्ण
बलान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश
हे
हे
कृष्ण
कृष्णा
करुणा
करुणा
सिंधु
सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त
तब
कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विष्णुभानुसुते प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च सिंधु वैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री
जय
कृष्ण
श्री
चैतन्य
कृष्ण
प्रभु
चैतन्य
नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद
हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे
हरे
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, welcome again to Corporate Bhagavad Gita. We are reading from the 18th chapter and verse number 58. So, one of the most important chapters. Okay. So, last time we discussed that verse number 58. Okay. Yeah. So, last time Krishna said that. We have certain roles: brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra, and the varnas or the ashramas. These are the varnas, the ashramas: brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha, sannyas. In that, we need to follow whatever the rules and regulations the shastras have provided, and he gives a little bit hint by telling what are the qualities. And he says follow these qualities, follow the rules of the shastras, and at the same time worship the Lord. You will attain perfection by doing that. Hmm? And even if you perform imperfectly, it is fine, but don't perform another's job perfectly. In whatever we may perform, there may be some fault, just like fire may have smoke. Okay, but fire gives warmth, so focus on that warmth and not on the smoke. So Arjuna had a problem, right? Like he was saying, I need to kill in this battle, and I will kill my own family members. So I see a big fault in it. I see a big fault in all this. Krishna is saying fault is there in everything. Whether you are a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, it is there. But if you offer the results to the Supreme Lord, then you will achieve perfection. Now, how to do the activity? You be self controlled, you be unattached, you don't go after material enjoyment. Hmm? Do it as a duty in the principle of renunciation. I mean, don't be attached. Now, how to do this all? What kind of purification is required? So intelligence, controlling mind, senses, giving objects, and freed from attachment, hatred. Don't be attached and neither be hatred also. Live in a secluded place. Don't eat too much, don't eat too little. Controls his body, mind, power of speech. Hmm? If we don't control this, then we may perform offenses. Always be in trance, meaning always be very grave, serious. Don't take things frivolously. Be detached from this world, free from false ego, false strength. Whatever strength, pride, possessions you have is given to you. All this proprietorship is given to you. At the time of death, it will be taken away. So don't be in this false understanding that such things belong to me for eternity. for a long, long, long. No. At the time of death, these things will remain here. You are going somewhere else. So don't be attached to all these things. Control your pride, lust, anger, and acceptance of material things. In that position, then this Atma Sakshatkar, self realization, this spirituality is perfect. And then he realizes Supreme Brahman. He realizes that everything is Brahman. Okay? And he becomes joyful because he's able to connect everything with Krishna. When he able to connect everything with Krishna, then he utilizes all that things in Krishna's service. Once he does that, that is called as bhakti, pure devotional service. And only by bhakti, Krishna says, I am to be known. And when I am known, then you come to my kingdom. Okay. Now, he said, just in all activities depend on me, work under my protection in such devotional service, be fully conscious of me. This was the last thing that we discussed. And one may say, okay, in Arjuna's time, Krishna was there in front of him, so he could follow whatever Krishna is saying. What about today? Today, Krishna is not front of me. He's in front as a deity, doesn't talk so much. So how? Even in face of this Shastra, he's there, but still I need a person to guide me, tell me. So Krishna says, I send my gurus. So the guru in your life will direct you. Okay? The spiritual master will direct you. And the spiritual master is representative of Krishna. So he is as good as Krishna. So that is the answer. Now we'll go to 58. Any question you want to ask at this point? Any question before we move further? Okay. So Krishna further explains now what it means to depend on him. Machchita sarva durgani mat prasadat triyashisi atha chetvam ahankara na shoyasi viranshisi. If you become conscious of me, you will pass over all obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness but act to false ego, you will be lost. Not hearing me, you will be lost. So, those who follow Bhagavad Gita, they will pass over all obstacles. Those who don't, they will be lost. A teacher says, na, after teaching, he says, if you don't listen to whatever I have taught, you won't be able to give good exam, right? You will be lost. You will fail. So, like that, Krishna is saying, a person in full Krishna consciousness is not unduly anxious about executing the duties of his existence. The foolish cannot understand his great freedom from all anxiety. For one who acts in Krishna consciousness, Lord Krishna becomes his most intimate friend. He always looks after his friend's comfort and he gives himself to his friend who is devotedly engaged working 24 hours a day to please the Lord. Therefore, no one should be carried away by the false ego of the bodily concept of life. This is very important. Don't be carried away with the bodily concept. This is me. One should not think himself to be independent of the laws of material nature and free to act. Okay, I am superior, I am the greatest. One should not think like that. One should act under the direction of Krishna. He should pray to Krishna, give me the intelligence of how to act in this situation. That's it. He is already under strict material laws, but as soon as he acts in Krishna consciousness, he is liberated, free from all the material perplexities. One should vote very carefully that one who is not active in Krishna consciousness is losing himself in the material whirlpool, in the ocean of birth and death. No conditioned soul actually knows what is to be done, what is not to be done. But a person in Krishna consciousness is free to act because everything is prompted by Krishna from within and confirmed by spiritual master. Now, when we become advanced in Krishna consciousness, Krishna is prompted from within as Paramatma, and spiritual master will confirm. A very great example of this is Parikshit Maharaj. Actually, he was a pure devotee. So he got cursed that within 7 days you will die. So he came to conclusion. Okay, I have only 7 days. Now I have to do the best thing that will help my soul in the next journey. The best thing is that I should take shelter of gurus, sadhus, and listen from them about Krishna. So he leaves his kingdom, goes to there's a place in Uttar Pradesh near the river. I forgot which river, but there he meets all the sadhus and he tells them that, I have been cursed 7 days, I have to die. So I think I should just hear about Krishna. Is this the best thing to do? This was his question. A very nice picture is there. It's a very nice picture. So Parikshit Maharaj comes and he asks all the assembled sadhus, what should I do? I think I should hear about Krishna. They say you are right. But they say that you should listen from this young boy. And that young boy was naked. His name was Sukdev Goswami. He is son of Vyasadev himself. He has heard and studied Shrimad Bhagavatam and he will tell you Shrimad Bhagavatam and that is what you need to hear. Now Sukdev Goswami, his background story is also amazing. So when he was born, he didn't come out of womb for 16 years because he said material world is not a good place to be. But then Krishna came and said, you come out. So he came. But he didn't stay along. He just walked. And he went straight out from his house. He was not stopping at all. And there near a lake, few girls were taking bath. And when they were taking bath, they looked at him. They didn't do anything. They continued taking bath. But behind came Vyasadev. And Vyasadev, when he came, all the girls, they picked up their clothes and they covered themselves. Then he asked them, my son who was naked, when he went, you that time didn't pick up your clothes, but now you are picking up. So the girl said that your son, he doesn't look at us as man or woman. He is from spiritual, he looks as a very spiritual thing. So we didn't feel ashamed in front of him. So this is Sukdev Goswami. And all the sadhus, they tell that Sukdev Goswami is the one who can tell you Srimad Bhagavatam. So within his heart, Krishna told, you have to hear about me. And then outside all the gurus and his sadhus, they confirmed that your guru is Sukdev Goswami and he can tell you. Getting? So this one line statement is a very deep statement. When we become devotees, Krishna from within our heart tells. And it is confirmed by externally by spiritual master. This is the magic that is happening. Yad ahankaram ashritya na yotsa iti manyase mithyesha vyavasayaste prakristim prakritis tvam niyokshati. Okay. If you don't act according to my direction, do not fight, then you will be falsely directed by your nature. You will have to be engaged in warfare. So Arjuna didn't want it to fight. At the end of whole Bhagavad Gita says, if you don't act according to my direction, you do not fight, you will be falsely directed. Means what will happen is, let's say he wants to beg and Arjuna is begging and somebody doesn't give him anything. What will be the reaction? How will Arjuna feel? Why he didn't give me? Right? He will get angry on that person. So Krishna is saying a beggar should never get angry. But if you beg Arjuna, you will get angry. Why? Because your nature. What? Your nature, your sabhava. Your sabhava is what? Your prakriti is what? Is to fight. Huh? And a beggar should not fight. So you will be falsely directed over there. You will engage in warfare while begging only. So this is what Krishna is saying. Arjuna was a military man born of the nature of Kshatriyas, therefore his natural duty was to fight. But due to false ego, he was fearing that by killing his teacher, grandfather, friends, he would incur sinful reactions. Actually, he was considering himself master of his actions as if he were directing the good and bad results of his work. He forgot that the Supreme Personality was present there instructing him to fight. See, we discussed the 5 reasons of work, right? The senses, the body, the jiva, various endeavors, and ultimately, who is the final one? The super soul. He is the ultimate sanctioner. So here, the super soul is Krishna, and he is telling you should fight. But Arjuna is thinking, oh, if I fight, I will get all these reactions and all this. So he was thinking he is the giver of bad and good results. Hmm? So that is our mistake. That is the forgetfulness of the conditioned soul. The Supreme Personal Godhead gives direction as to what is good, what is bad. And one simply has to act in Krishna consciousness to attain the perfection of life. No one can ascertain his destiny as the Supreme Lord can. Do we know our destiny? No, right? We don't know our destiny. Every day we just don't know what is going to happen. Right? So the best course is to take the direction from Sri Krishna and act. No one should neglect the order of the Supreme Personal Godhead or the order of the spiritual master, who is the representative of God. One should act unhesitatingly to execute the order of the Supreme Personal Godhead that will keep one safe under all circumstances. Have you used GPS, Google Maps?
Yes, Prabhu.
So if Google Maps says turn right, turn left, you do it, right? Unhesitatingly. Yeah. So we
Yes,
go
yes.
there, we execute like that. We don't doubt the Google Maps. Of course, in some cases, Google Maps also is having done mistake. I think in Bihar, Google Maps showed some bridge. Unfortunately, that bridge was half made. So these people in the car, they followed Google Maps and they fell from off the bridge because it was half made, and they actually died also. But Krishna is not Google Maps. Krishna is the Supreme Person for it. So whatever he is directing will never fail. Okay, 60. स्वभावजेन कौन्तेय निबद्ध स्वेन कर्मणा कर्तुम निच्छसि यन्मोहा कर्तुम निच्छसि यन्मोहान करिष्ये अवशो अपि तत्. Under illusion you are not declining to act according to my direction, but compelled by work born of your nature you will act all the same. Under illusion, under moha, but your nature will tell you no to act all the same. Do you think of some example where your nature is something but you are acting something else? Do you think of some example like that of some person or yourself? You thought that he's not acting according to his nature, but he's like deceptive, cunning. Yeah. Anything you experience something like this? Some person very deceptive. Yes. Like I will tell you the example of Duryodhan. Duryodhan was known to be cruel, right? His friendship cannot be trusted on, isn't it? His friendship cannot be trusted on. So when Krishna came for peace, Duryodhan offered him, take my palace, all these good things, and Krishna, you will support me. But Krishna rejected all that. He said, I'm not friend to you. I will go to my friend. So he went to Vidura. Later, what happened is in the assembly of the king, Dhritarashtra, Duryodhan saw that Krishna is trying to make a peace deal, and he wanted to capture Krishna. So with his 99 brothers, he tried to capture Krishna, and Krishna showed his Virat form and confused all of them. So Duryodhan's nature was what? To be cruel and cunning. But at the start, he was acting in a way too friendly. And then when time came, he changed his nature. He came back to his original nature of being cunning. है ना? We see such things happening always all around us, isn't it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. This is what Krishna is also saying. See, according to your nature, it will come back. If you repress it, someday it will come back. Like I'll tell you, let's say a person knows 10 languages. Okay. A person knows 10 languages. What is his mother tongue then? How will you know what is his mother tongue? Mother tongue.
Where he is most convenient, like comfortable.
He is comfortable in all languages. Still, how will
Uh,
you know?
Then, then who
I
wants
was
to know?
asking.
He should also be like knowing all the languages. Then he can understand. Yeah.
So the thing is, let's say you slap him.
Mm.
Let's say you
Yeah,
slap him.
yeah. That time,
So
that
when he responds,
naturally,
he will respond in that
yeah, yeah.
language.
Mother tongue will come out. Yeah,
His mother tongue
yeah,
will come out, right?
yeah. Right.
So like that it is.
Uh,
Our nature will come out in a very, very stressful
Natural way.
condition.
Yeah.
So it is tested. Like um, what is that? There's a very famous quote. Uh, it's attributed to Abraham Lincoln. He said, if you want to test a man's character, give him power.
Yeah, that's true.
See, when he doesn't have power, then his character is not like what is his real character, we don't know. But when you give person a power, then okay, this is his real power, real character. Like we are seeing in today's world, right?
Yes,
The
yes.
presidents and so many, something they get and then they change. Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then test character in trials. There's another one also. Um, Trying situations. Maybe it's like that. Trying situations. There was one more quote. Character is tested in adversity. Hmm. In the most difficult situation, we come to know the character of a person. Okay, adversity does not build character, it reveals it. Very difficult situation, it reveals what is the real character, isn't it? So under pressure, we know what is the real character. Character is revealed when pressure is applied. So many things you can measure. It's a very nice one. He's a leader, na? So he says this. You can measure a man's character by the choices he makes under pressure. So under pressure, Krishna is saying to Arjuna, what choices you are going to make is your character, and your character is to fight. So under those difficult situations, you will end up fighting, even while begging, isn't it? Who likes to see a beggar fighting? No one, right? A
No
beggar is
one.
such a low position that we don't expect him to fight back. If he fights back, then what will say? Why are you begging? Go and join the
Yeah.
army or the police. There you can
Yeah.
fight, isn't it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So that's what Krishna is saying to Arjuna. Even while begging, you will end up fighting if someone doesn't give you. And we have seen this example. Some beggars don't protest if you don't give them. But then there are some beggars who will fight with you if you don't give them. If one refuses to act under the direction of Supreme Lord, then is compelled by the acts to act by the modes of he is situated. Okay, everyone is under the spell of particular combination of modes of nature and is acting in that way. But anyone who voluntarily engages himself under the direction of the Supreme Lord becomes glorious. Ishvara sarvabhutanam riddeshu Arjuna tishtati Brahmayan Brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra rudhani mayaya. See, this is a very nice word. Yantra rudhani. Yantra means what?
Machine.
Machine. So this body is a machine and we are just utilizing it. The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart for Arjuna and is directing the wanderings of all living entities who is seated on a machine made of material energy. This machine which is made of material energy. Okay, we have the famous picture I always show you. Yantra Rudani Maya. The material energy is the machine. And who is driving it? The soul, the Atma. And who is directing it? The super soul, Paramatma, Krishna himself. So, Krishna is telling this is how the whole system works. There is Paramatma in your hand and he is directing. Surrender to that Paramatma. That is the next verse. Surrender to that Paramatma. Arjuna was not the supreme knower and his decision to fight or not to fight was confined to his limited discretion. Lord Krishna instructed that the individual is not all in all. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, or He Himself, Krishna, as the localized super soul, sits in the heart directing the living being. After changing bodies, the living entity forgets his past deeds, but the super soul, as the knower of the past, present, and future, remains the witness to all his activities. Therefore, all the activities of the living entities are directed by this super soul. The living entity gets what he deserves and is carried by the material body, which is created in material energy under the direction of the super soul. As soon as the living entity is placed in a particular type of wood, body, he has to work under the spell of that bodily situation. A person seated in a high speed motor car goes faster than one seated in a slower car, though the living entities, the drivers, may be the same. Similarly, by the order of the supreme soul, material nature fashions a particular type of body to a particular type of living entity so that he may work according to his past desires. The living entity is not independent. One should not think himself to be independent of the Supreme Personal Godhead. The individual is always under the Lord's control. Therefore, one's duty is to surrender, and that is the injunction of the next verse. See, this statement is interesting. Material nature fashions a particular type of body to a particular type of living entity so that he may work according to his past desires. According to one's past desire, the material nature will give certain bodies: man body, woman body, uh, what, animal body, tree body, and then he'll say, okay, enjoy in that place. Hmm? Enjoy in that place. So living entity is not independent. First point. Okay, if he's not independent, then he's dependent on whom? The Supreme Lord. Okay. Therefore, what is our duty? To be surrender unto them. Sharanagati. Like children. Children are not independent, right? They are dependent. So if they submit to their parents, they'll be happy. And if they don't submit, then what will happen? They will get into trouble, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So Krishna says submit to the Supreme, and he himself is the Supreme. Easy to understand, right? तमेव शरणं गच्छ सर्वभावेन भारत तत्प्रसादात परम तत्प्रसादात पराम पराम तत्प्रसादात पराम शांतिम स्थानम प्राप्स्यसि शाश्वतम तमेव शरणं गच्छ surrender unto him gaccha sharanam gacchami. You have heard this verse, sharanam gacchami. I think it's a Buddhist verse. Sharanam means surrender. Sarva bhavena bharata.
Buddham Sharanam Gakshami. Yeah.
Buddham sharanam gacchami. Then there is Sri Krishna sharanam mama.
Yeah.
Hmm? So, sharanam is to take shelter. Here the word used is surrender, but we are very fearful of surrender, right? If police comes and says surrender, we may surrender, but we are very fearful. So sharanam means to take, sharan means to take shelter. Like if there is hot sun, you take shelter of what? Yes, if there is a hot sun, you take shelter of, you're walking on the street and it's very hot. You take shelter of a tree, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Or the umbrella. You don't say that, oh tree, I cannot come under you because that means you are bigger than me and all that. No. We surrender because we understand the bigness of the tree. And we see the benefit of being under the tree to save from the sun. So if we see the benefit in surrendering to Krishna, then surrendering becomes easy, right? Isn't it?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So the whole point is to understand, that surrendering to Krishna is beneficial for us. Instead of sharanam gaccha to Krishna is benefit for us. It is not detrimental. It's for our benefit. O Sion of Bharata, surrender unto him utterly. By His grace, you will attain transcendental peace and supreme and eternal abode. Everyone wants peace. So you will achieve that peace. Like if there is a war going on in a place, what should the people do? Any answers? If a war is going on and you're
So,
staying there, what should the people do?
so this is moved to the safe area.
Yeah, move to safe places, move to places where there is protection.
Protection, yeah.
So we are taking sharana of the other country, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that is what it means by sharan. A living entity should therefore surrender unto the Supreme Personal Godhead, who is situated in everyone's heart, and that will relieve him from all kinds of miseries of this material existence. By such surrender, not only will he be released of all the miseries in this life, but at the end he will reach the Supreme Lord. The transcendental world is described in the Vedic literature 122. Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam. Since all the creation is the kingdom of God, everything material is actually spiritual. But Paramam Padam specifically refers to the eternal abode. And Paramam Padam specifically refers to the eternal abode, which is the spiritual sky or Vaikuntha. Okay. Krishna has already been accepted. Okay, in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it states, Sarvascham Hriday Sarvanishta. The Lord is seated in everyone's heart. So, this recommendation that one should surrender unto the super soul sitting within means that one should surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna has already been accepted by Arjuna as Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Paramam, Supreme Brahman, Supreme Dhama, Supreme Shelter. Arjuna accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personal Godhead and the Supreme Abode of all living entities, not because of his personal experience, but because of the evidence of great authorities like Narada, Asitala, Deva, Vyasa. So this verse comes in 11th chapter. We'll just quickly visit. It's in the 10th chapter. This particular verse. Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavam, Purusham Shashvatam Divyam, Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum, Ahustvam Rishaya Sarve, Devashi Naradastatha, Asitula Devala Vyasa, Swayam Chaiva Chaiva Bhavishame. Arjuna said, you are the supreme person Godhead, the ultimate goal, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages, such as Narada, Deva, Vyasa, confirm this truth. And you yourself are declaring it to me. Okay. What's the verse? 63. Idam te jnanam akyatam. Idam te jnanam akyatam guhyat guhyataram maya uh, vimra. Idam te jnanam akyatam guhyat guhyataram maya vimanshet asheshena yatha tatha kuru. Thus I have explained to you this knowledge still more confidential. Deliberate on this fully and do what you wish to do. A very interesting statement Krishna is making. No, okay, I have explained to you. Now do what you wish to do. This is a good teacher. He doesn't force his children, students. He will say, I will explain. We will understand the pros and cons, and then the decision is yours. Okay? So Krishna is saying, do what you wish to do. And Arjuna says, yatha ichchasi tatha kuru. This is the one, yatha ichchasi tatha kuru. And Arjuna in the next in the very next shlokas, he is going to say, Karishye vachanam tava. Karishye vachanam tava. Whatever you have said, Krishna, I will follow. Arjuna is saying, Krishna, I'll do whatever you say. Okay. And one more thing he says, deliberate on this fully. Deliberate. Vimshraya. 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 Okay. The Lord has already explained to Arjuna the knowledge of Brahma Bhuta. One who is Brahma Bhuta conditioned is joyful, he never laments, nor does he desire anything. This is due to confidential knowledge. Krishna also discloses knowledge of the super soul. This is also Brahman knowledge, knowledge of Brahman, but it is superior. Here in the words, Yatachchasataguru, you as you like, you may act. Indicate that the God does not interfere with little independence of the living entity. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord has explained in all respects that one can elevate his condition, his living condition. The best advice imparted to Arjuna is to surrender to the super soul seated within his heart. By right discrimination, one should agree to act according to the order of the super soul. That will help one become situated constantly in Krishna consciousness, the highest perfectional stage of human life. Arjuna is being directly ordered by personality of Godhead to fight. Surrender to the Supreme Personal Godhead is in the best interest of the living entity. It is not for the interest of the Supreme. It is not for the interest of the Supreme. Okay. If a police orders surrender to me, it is beneficial for the thief, or is it the interest of the police? Tell me.
For the thief, Prabhu.
No, he will go into jail. Na? He will go into jail. So actually,
Beneficial to the thief also.
huh?
Beneficial for the thief,
It is more beneficial for the police
for the police, yeah.
because they can keep the thieves out and then there will be less thievery and all that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But is it beneficial for the thief? No. He will go into jail and spend there 10 years, 5 years, 10 years.
So, so maybe he will get reformed, whatever he is doing
Reform is
bad.
fine. What I'm saying is, at present, whose interest it is? Whose interest
Yeah,
is
no,
greater?
nobody's interest. Yeah, actually.
I mean, I have nobody in sense. See, the thing is, the policeman, his interest is higher, na?
Yeah, he's
Because
higher.
he'll be able to keep the society free of thieves. Okay,
Mm, mm.
but when it comes to the thief, he never interests to go and be under the police.
Yeah, yes.
Like that.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
second question I have is, the parents say
Mm.
to the child, take our shelter. Now, whose interest it is? Parents or the child? Which is greater there?
Child's interest
Yeah,
more.
there the child's interest is more important than the parents. See, for the
Yes.
parents, they are independent. They are like, uh, they have to work hard to
Yeah,
grow the
correct,
child.
correct.
है ना? So they are taking the burden.
Yeah,
So it is whose interest it is greater. That child interest is greater. But in the police case, the interest of the thief is much greater, because he will be free then. Hmm? Sorry, sorry. In the police case, the interest of the police is more greater, because they will keep the this thing, the society free of the thieves. Huh?
society free of
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So
crime.
there, the the thief is losing his interest. Okay, the police is gaining. But in case of parent and child, the child is gaining and the parents are losing in one sense, right? Because they have to take the burden of now taking care of the child.
Yeah,
Okay, I mean, we are not the supreme lord that we have unlimited energy and unlimited omnipotence and powerful. No, we as parents are limited, but still, it is for the good interest of the child. We have to take that burden. Okay, so this is what it means. It is not for the interest of the supreme. The supreme is happy anywhere, no? He's happy in his Vaikuntha planets. Everything is going nicely over there. Why he's coming here and saying Sharanam Mama? Again, he's taking headache. है ना? So it is for the interest of the soul, the individual souls. Before surrendering, one is free to deliberate on this subject matter as far as the intelligence goes. Think about it from all directions. Is surrendering to Krishna the best thing? Huh? That is the best way to accept the instruction of the Supreme Person about it. Such instruction come also through spiritual master, the bona fide representative of Krishna. Oh, we'll do this next time. We'll stop here. Any questions or comments? Any questions or comments? Any questions?
Prabhuji, this purport first line, the confidential knowledge of Brahman and confidential knowledge of the super soul.
Hmm.
So, Prabhuji, this Brahman is like this is coming from Paramatma, like
No. This Brahman means you are Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. Meaning you are actually spiritual. Sarva Khalvavidam Brahman. Everything else is also spiritual.
mm,
But are you Param Brahma?
Param Brahma is.
That is not there.
Mm.
Okay. Param Brahma is not. So that we need to understand.
Yeah, correct. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
This Brahman thing na is the Mayavadis talk a lot about it. Aham
Mm.
Brahmasmi Sarva Khalvidam Brahma Tattvamasi. You are that. Of course, we are that, man. We are also Brahman. There is no problem. We are eternal beings and all that. Uh, but we are not para Brahman. So, see, Krishna gives the knowledge of Brahman. When you are Atma, you will not die. Nobody else is also going to die. We are just taking bodies.
Mm.
Then he says there is Param Brahman also, the Paramatma. And then he says there is Bhagwan also, whom you have to Sharanam. Take Sharanam of. Okay. Three levels of the same Brahman explained. Okay. Three levels of the same Brahman explained. One in
Mm.
terms of Brahman, the spiritual sky, and then other in terms of the Paramatma, and third is in terms of the Bhagwan aspect. And when it comes to Bhagwan aspect, that's where bhakti comes. Bhakti is not fully realized in Brahman, it's not fully realized in Paramatma. Some bhakti is required in Brahman also to achieve Brahman, merging also. Some bhakti is required. Paramatma also same. But Bhagwan here require pure devotion service. Okay. Any other question?
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhuji.